shown you some disturbing videos of street vendors being harassed, robbed, even physically assaulted. A Riverside County man says enough is enough. NBC4's Tony Shin shows us what he's promoting instead.
Came down here from the driveway and stopped them.
Obadiah Baldwin is showing us the spot outside his Paris home where he stopped street vendor Miguel Lopez earlier this month.
200 just in case. Let's buy out the corn man.
With his 13-year-old son following behind, Obadiah was about to give Miguel a big surprise by asking him how much for everything on the cart.
$80 for this? Okay, and then how much are these?
$2.
So 2, 4, 6, 8.
$80 for the corn and $40 for the chips.
How much?
120.
120, let's get it.
Obadiah says he did this in part because it was a good life lesson for his young son.
Is to give them something different to see, to give them an example, let them know what's the right thing to do versus the wrong thing to do, you know, at the end of the day.
Where's your health permit? Where's your resale permit?
Obadiah says over the past few months, he's been disturbed by videos like this one showing street vendors in Southern California being harassed and in some cases physically attacked and robbed.
This thing is getting out of hand, and these young idiots are running around thinking that it's cool to run around and rob the ice cream man and the corn man, and you don't represent me.
You got change?
Which is why Obadiah posted this video on social media. He says street vendors have a tough life. They work hard, and we should all appreciate them. There's no doubt Miguel appreciated the kind gesture.
He was happy, he was smiling all through his face mask and everything. He couldn't believe it, man.
Miguel told us by phone in Spanish that Obadiah didn't take the food he bought, so Miguel could sell it and make double the money that day. Another act of kindness that Obadiah says we can all learn from.
So it's all about love, man. Just spread love, not hate. This world is in turmoil, and we need all the love that we can get.
In Paris, Tony Shin, NBC4 News.
And trades, you know what I mean? He pretty much can do anything, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you give some of my fans like some of the businesses that you do, you know what I mean?
I'm basically an entrepreneur. You know, I'm a hustler from birth. I've endeavored in the restaurant business. I love chicken and waffles. The cigar lounge that I'm currently at in Corona, Riverdale Systems and real estate and marketing and events and stuff like that. Riverdale Trucking, my trucking company. Also for the Baldwin House, which is a reentry program in Paris at one of my other real estate properties. I am not Miss Natural Wellness. My daughter started her with a CMOS company, so we do natural wellness and stuff like that also. And man, and also I'm, you know, in any other industry that's gonna bring me some money. Long as it's legit. Long as it's legit.
Oh yeah, it's all about legal now, man. I've been knowing you for several years, but ever since I've been knowing you, you've been, you know, into business, into, you know, turning 1 into 2, turning 2 into 4. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you've got your kids into it, like you said. You have your daughter doing the CMOS thing. You do the real estate stuff. But my show is about awkward beginnings, which means, you know, everybody had a rough beginning. Even a Fortune 500 business started off at a rough beginning. Kind of give us your rough beginning, you know, all the way to how you made it to the top. You know what I'm saying? Because you are a very successful businessman. You know what I mean? So give us your awkward beginning. You know what I mean?
Oh man. How many? Because there's been a lot. You know what I mean? My beginnings, you know, was pretty awkward. You know what I'm saying? I picked up the hustle when I was a kid. You know what I mean? In high school, actually before high school, in elementary school, I used to go to school with my sister Joy, and we used to walk to school. And I used to buy candy, and if I didn't have it to buy it, I used to steal it. And I would steal blow pops and buy little the Jolly Ranchers, and I would go home and melt them down and they used to come in Jolly Rancher sticks, and we melted them down and wrapped them around the blow pop,
No, true
and then
businessman.
we took those and dipped it in that Kool-Aid, the sweetened Kool-Aid, and then put it in a plastic bag, wrapped it up, and sold them jokers for like $1 a pop. You feel me? It only cost us, I think our overhead might have been like 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? So we was making double ups back in elementary school. You feel me? And it's the same principle. It just carries over into different areas of your life. You feel me? You try
Hmm.
to, uh, buy low and sell high.
What got you into real estate? You know what I mean?
My daddy, I've always been into real estate. Um, my dad, he uh, he got me into real estate because when I was a kid, he was into real estate. So he used to go look at different properties, and I used to drive around with him while he would go looking at different properties and things like that, surveying the areas. He would tell me things to look for, things to not look for, um, things of that nature when I was a kid, and that kind of sparked my interest for real estate. So as I got older, I continued to learn and educate myself about real estate. My first house was a rental, and I knew I wanted to be an owner. Um, After I was paying somebody else's rent while he lived in a whole nother house. I just liked the idea that, like, man, you got me collecting money over here, you living over here, and I always had a eye for that. So basically, it was a situation that was developed over time. You know what I mean? So
And that was going to be my next question. I knew your father for a long time, and he was very inspirational person, man. And I was going to ask you, did you get a lot of your inspiration from your dad? But you pretty much answered that. My next question is a lot of people want to get in real estate, but they don't know where to start. How do you know when to pull the trigger on real estate? You know, when you see that property that you want, and when do you know that the time is the right time?
good question. Um, in my opinion, I'm just telling you from my opinion.
Yeah,
I think that there's uh, a fear of real estate amongst people because it seems like it's something that's hard to do. It's hard to attain. That's for them. This is for us type situation. And I would say just go for it. You know what I mean? If you can get a house, you don't know if you can get it. Try to get it. You know what I mean? See if you can get pre-approved. See what the
hmm,
situation is with your credit. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
go for it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are scared to put their best foot forward and just try it. All I did was try. You feel me? All I did
yeah,
was gave it a shot. If I would have failed, I would have tried again. It's just like riding a bike, bro. You feel me? When you a kid, you fall, you get back up, you ride, you fall, you get back up, and then eventually you learn how to ride. Then eventually you learn how to jump, how to do wheelies. You know what I'm saying? It's the same situation. The more time you put into it, the better you'll get at it. So I
yeah.
would just say it was a situation for me where I had a mentor. You know what I mean? I just went ahead and did my thing as far as a mentorship. I had somebody that was in the real estate. I asked him to basically to be my mentor. Show me how to do what you're doing. Show me how to get in a position to where I have generational wealth, to where I own several houses. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so he sent me a book, and it went from me reading that book to me going out there to talk to him and him actually telling me what to do. He told me, save your first $10,000, and I'm gonna teach you how to get this real estate with pennies on the dollar. You don't need no real estate license. It's not hard. I'm gonna
Mm.
teach you the whole process, and that's what I did. I just followed the leader. He was my leader in that situation, and I did exactly what he told me to do. You know what I mean? And I had to prepare, and it's something that I really decided. So I had to save the money. He told me save $10,000 and come talk to me, and so that's what I did.
That's a good answer, bro. So how was it hard to get your kids into business also? Because I know your daughter sells sea moss, and your son, he's pretty much with you. You know, when you do a lot of your business deals and stuff. Was it hard to get them fully inspired to get into the business world? You know, did they take it serious at the beginning, or did you have to show them? You know what I mean? Like, what got them inspired into doing business also?
I mean, I just got home from prison a little over 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids, you know, my daughter and my son had a lot of time with me before I went to jail. Well, not a lot, but she was, I think, 10 and he was maybe 12 or 13 or something like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that.
right. So when I went to prison, um, my baby boy, he didn't have much of a relationship with me outside of prison because I went when he was so young.
Yeah,
Um, he was barely a year old, not even a year old when I went to prison.
yeah,
So,
I remember that.
right. So I say that to say that I think the influence came when I got home.
Mm.
It was a lot of stories and stuff about what I used to do, the club events, and you know, it was a lot of pictures and videos and a lot of leftovers, you know, from everything that I was doing beforehand. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the real influence came when I got home. I went and I straight worked for a warehouse. Then I went to work for LA Fitness. Then went to work for the school. The whole time I kept telling them, just wait, just wait, just wait. Um, so I was working on my craft and I was working on different opportunities because it's all about building your network. So I had to get at home, I had to build my network. People had to kind of see how I was moving to see if I was, on the same page as them or if I was on some bullshit. You know what I mean? It was a lot that I had to filter through when I got home. But once I got home and I started doing my events again, I started making real progressive moves in different industries. I think that's what kind of told them. I started selling cars, buying cars, flipping cars, doing certain things,
I
and
witnessed it. I witnessed it all.
right, and so that affected their lives. You know what I mean? Obviously, it gave them a better quality of living. Um, and me having only one girl, knowing how this world is, I want to make sure that my daughter had her own foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started her off with the CMOS company. Frank Nitty put me up on the CMOS. He the
Yeah,
first person that told me about CMOS. So I still give him his credit to this day.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Props to Frank Nitty.
yeah, he put me on the CMOS and a lot of other people on the CMOS. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I found out that I had a huge network for it. A lot of people was asking me for it. I was buying it for people. I was getting it in bulk. Um, moving fast forward, one of my boys from my old neighborhood in LA, my boy Manchester, Juggalot Records, Juggalot Security, Juggalot everything. Um, he came over to my house one day and he came with his little nephew. His nephew happened to be best friends with Dr. CB's son, Victor.
Whoa, whoa, that's
Right.
deep.
That's hella deep. So nevertheless, um, I got the plug through uh, my boy Manchester. His nephew plugged me in. He took me and showed me everything there is to know about CMOS, man. And took me and gave me a direct connection from the Jamaican islands, not just CMOS, but elderberry, bladderwrack, all different type of natural stuff that adds to your natural wellness.
Hmm.
Therefore, I was able to supply everybody that needed. It was during COVID, so we gave a lot of this stuff away.
Yeah, I remember
As a result
y'all
of
was
it,
working hard during COVID.
yeah, so I started my daughter off with her own brand. She started doing pop ups because I was doing small business expos at the time also, and she just ran off. My son, he's a chef. He started a company, a LLC called Dre Eats, where he does
Mm.
catering and cooking specialty exotic plates, soul food, Mediterranean food, you name it, every food, Italian food, you name it, every food under the sun. Dre eats.
He delivers.
He does deliver. Right now, he's currently working also at the school district, so his time is limited.
Mm.
So he only does it on his off days,
Mm.
which is the weekends. So, but that's something that he's working on, and he's pushing to continue to grow that business, which I'm sure will be successful. Um, and my baby boy, he is a football player, very educated. He also is a shoe collector. Well, we all collect shoes, me, my son, and
Yeah,
my
yeah,
baby boy, and my daughter.
yep,
But my
yep.
my baby boy, he has a shoe. collect shoe cleaning business where he cleans and maintains shoes. He brings the white part that turns yellow. He knows how to bring it back to life. He's contracted this little box thing with all these lights, and it's pretty dope. Nevertheless, wifey, she's over there running my trucking company. I've got her into that game because of the situation with her hands working for Kaiser. So, her retirement is coming up soon, hopefully. Either way, she'll be fine because she's running a trucking company, doing dispatch, um, and everything else, clerical,
Yeah,
um,
so she definitely has
payroll.
something to fall back on.
Absolutely. She also has her notary. I pushed her to get her notary.
Yep.
She's a notary, and also she has her liquor license at the restaurant that I'm part owner in San Bernardino. I love chicken and waffles. So she's on her
Mm.
good foot. So my whole thing was, just being independent, not having to depend on somebody that's going to hire me or fire me. That's going to say, okay, we don't no longer need you, or whatever the case is. Just to be independent and make our own ends meet. Realize that our dreams can come true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't gonna mention this, but since you brought it up, you did 10 years in prison, and we're not gonna speak about what for, but you never complained, you never cried one time. You did your time, you got out, and you got out running. You know what I'm saying? You got out with a hell of a start, and I've never seen nobody get out of prison and get back on their feet so fast. Explain that, man. Like how did you do your 10 years and have so much stuff prepared for you when you got out? You know what I'm saying?
You know, I have a brother. A lot of people don't know he's my older brother. I have one older brother. His name is Michael. I think you
I
might have
know
met
him.
him before. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
So when I was a teenager, my brother, he used to always tell me, never forget, we move off the 5 P's. Perfect planning prevents poor performance. Now, in the context of what we were talking about, I was young, so it was all negative.
Hmm.
You feel me? It was
You
more
you
like,
you well you kind of didn't understand what he meant, or you didn't really
well,
care
I
at
did
the time, right?
understand. I did understand. I just related it to what was going on at the time, which was a negative situation. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? It was like, let's put this together. Let's make sure that this is we plan accordingly. We just don't go do no uh, cowboy and Indian type situation. You know what I mean? Perfect planning prevents poor performance.
Hmm.
Um, but I never let that go. I held on to that, and I related that to every area of my life. You know what I mean? When I plan
Yes.
my day, it's because I expect for it to be a good day. I expect to perform at my highest level because I have a plan, I have a schedule, I have an itinerary. And
Hmm.
it goes with business, it goes with everything in life. Perfect planning prevents poor performance. It's better to be prepared for things than to be unprepared for things. That's basically what it boils down to.
I'm
And
gonna use
so,
that. I'm gonna use that, man.
yeah. And so while I was in prison, that's something that resonated in my mind and everything that I did. I could have sat at the bunk, smoked weed, drunk Pruno, talk politics, talk about the what the yesterdays and who was who and what you was doing, and what I mean, read all of the books talking about the life that we lived, the Terry Woods books and all of these other stuff. But I made a vow to myself that I wasn't going to waste my time. I was going to spend my time. So if I wasn't spending my time doing something positive, then I was wasting it doing something worthless or useless. You feel me? And so that's when I decided to dip into the Bible deeper than I ever did, because my relationship with God has always been solid, you know what I mean? But I really learned who God was when I was inside of that place, when I really had to depend on him, count on him, and ask him to
Hmm.
transform my mind. You know what I mean? You could get out of prison 20 years from now, and you can get out and do better than somebody that's never been a day in their life. It all boils down to the mindset of the individual. The Bible reflects me to one of the scriptures that says, "Be transformed by the renewing of the mind."
Hmm.
Um, and that's exactly what happened to me. I had to get my mind renewed. And once my mind got renewed, I was able to dream. I was able to realize that I can be a millionaire, that I can be the best father. I can overcome this time that they took away from me. I can break this generational curse. I don't have to. I don't have to be at the bottom. I can be a homeowner. I can be at the top. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. That's who gives me my strength. You feel me? And so that's what I really held on to, and that was a big difference. I took Toastmasters, I took carpentry, I took electrical, electrical. I took computers, all of the Microsoft Office suites. I got certified in all those things. I was in the church, I was in the band, I was in the Warden's book club. Um, I was in a little bit of everything. I was about to be in Braille when I was in Ironwood. I was a Mac rep. I was or I was on the Mac rep board. Um, I I had basically the keys to the whole yard at Ironwood because I was a bed move guy. You feel me? So I can go into any of the buildings with just waving my folder in the air. That's what kind of favor that God gave me. So everywhere I went, I just put me in leadership positions. I went from Toastmasters, from being a regular, uh, watching what was going on, to being a president of the whole club. Um, so it's kind of a situation that I had a mantle that I had to accept. And once I accepted it and decided who I was, that's when things changed for me. It's all a matter of who you decide you want to be, one day at a time. I decide every day that I want to be in the best shape of my life. And that's why I go to the gym. I decide every day that I want to sharpen my mind. And that's when I read. I decide every day that I want to serve the Lord and that I want to do something to please Him. And that's why I talk to God and I pray. I decide every day that I want to, make some bread. And that's why I tap into my network. That's why I answer phone calls. That's why I have business meetings. You know what I mean? I decide every day that I want to be a light in a dark place. Um, that's something I vowed to do until I die. I will be a light in this dark place. My mother, my God-given mother, her name is Gloria. She used to live next door to my best friend Carrie, who I caught this case for the manslaughter charge. But
Yes.
nevertheless, Gloria, she wrote me the whole time I was in prison, and she used to always tell me at the end of her letters and her cards and everything else, never forget you're a light in a dark place. And that was a rock that she gave me because Gloria used to make rocks. She used to take rocks and she used to paint them and make them
Paint them and
beautify.
stuff. Yeah.
So she did. She made a rock. She made me. Some of the things that she instilled in me. One of the things that she instilled in me was that I am a light in the dark place. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
I take
Yep.
pride in that. I take pride in that in every room that I walk into. Not just because I'm a big black guy, but I'm a big black guy that radiates light, that radiates energy, that radiates good vibes, that radiates wisdom, that radiates progress, that radiates accomplishments, that radiates encouragement, motivation. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? All of those things. You know what I mean? So that I can push somebody just like I've been pushed, so that I can get somebody, to where I'm at, just like somebody got me to where they're at. You feel me? And so that's all. I think that was a big difference is the fact that I prepared. I prepared for when I got home. A lot of people don't prepare. They just do their time, you know what I'm saying, try not to get in trouble or get in a whole shitload of trouble. I really prepared. I prepared myself. And I prepared myself. You could ask T Rock. I used to sit in the mirror and I used to
Mm-hmm.
talk to myself. A mirror just like that one. I used to wake up in the mirror and
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, what's up, OB? Young millionaire? Look at you, boy. When you gonna go buy you another house, man? You already got three of them. When you go buy you another one, I think next time you go and get some more, make some more investments, you're gonna go get some land. Yeah, I think I want about 4 acres. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How many cars you got now, boy? Okay. Well, your kids have graduated high school. Your daughter's got her master's degree. Your boy is in football. He done went to the NFL. Look at God. Look at God. Give God the glory because He deserves the glory. Every single day, give God the glory because He deserves the glory. Look at what He did for you. You thought they counted you out, but He counted you in. You thought it was over when they locked you up, talking about life and all of this other stuff. But look at God. He already did it for you. Yeah, I know you eating out of a locker right now. I know you sharing these showers, these dirty ass showers. I know the CEO just stepped on your pillow yesterday. I know you got a program on this yard, but you know what's coming. You know what's coming. You feel me?
And you know what? I've talked to people that was locked up with you, and they say, man, OB ain't he's not doing all of the bullshit that, excuse my language, he's not doing all of the bullshit that these other dudes is doing. He's reading, he's actually using his time productively. You know what I'm saying? And so, and obviously, you can see it worked out. Look at all the things that you have, man. And another question I'd like to say: Do you think it's? Somebody told me that what stops a man from building wealth for his family is pretty much fear. Do you think that's true?
100%. Everything that I have is based off of my belief. Everything that I am is based off of my belief. And everything that I will acquire and everything that I will be is based off of my belief. 110%. You see, certain what situations and things around us cause us to identify and have a certain mood. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't understand, and a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say you, but a lot of people don't understand that we're in control of our mood once we become conscious
Mm-hmm.
that we're in control. And then we
That's
can
true.
do certain things to change our mood. I could play certain music that will make me depressed right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
And I could
That's
play
and that's
certain
true.
music, and I could play certain music that will make me happy and turned up.
Yep.
Things like music is triggers. Sometimes people need to go on hikes. Sometimes people need to take drives. Sometimes people need to read a book. Sometimes people need to journal. You have to find what works for you. We're all
And
individuals, and we have to learn ourselves.
sometimes the people around you can change your mood too. You know what I mean?
One
You can
hundred
have a
percent,
good person around you that can inspire you to do good, or you can have a bad person around you that may make you go down the wrong trip. You know, the wrong road. You know what I
man.
mean?
That's facts. That's facts. That's 110%. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
that's why I had to be cautious of my environment. You know what I mean? Not
That's where I was
because,
getting at.
yeah, because it's not nothing else. But look, I've read a lot of books now since I've been to prison, and I
Mm-hmm.
realize in a lot of books there's certain things that they have in common. One of those things in common, whether it's the Bible, whether it's any of those books that's outside of the Bible, they all confirm the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is birds of a feather flock together. So if I want to be a hood nigga, and I want to be looked upon as Big Old B from wherever I want to say, then guess what? I'm gonna go hang in the hood. I'm gonna go get that recognition. I'm gonna go put in some work. I'm gonna go DP some niggas. I'm gonna go put some little niggas on. I'm gonna go take some guns and some money to the hood. I'm gonna be active in the hood. If you want to get in education and go back to school, then you need to be hanging with students. If you want to get in construction, then you need to be hanging with construction workers, people that's in that field. You
Very
understand what I'm
true.
saying? So
Like
so
hey,
that's
like they say, you either fly with the hawks, or you hang with the pigeons. Which one you want to do? You know what I'm saying?
exactly. You know what I mean? I'm flying with the Eagles, high
Flying with
elevation.
the eagles. There you go.
You know what I mean? I'm high elevation, bro. And it's not anything that's tangible. It's not I'm flying high because I got a lot of gold. It's not I'm flying high because I got a lot of cars. It's not I'm flying high because I got a lot of fucking houses and property and shit. No,
Hmm.
none of that has nothing to do with it. That's why it's attainable to everybody because it all boils down to you flying high with your mindset first. If you
Hmm.
got the mindset, God will open the doors that you don't even see coming. I didn't even, I had no idea I would, man, you don't even know the stuff I'm involved with right now. And
I
so
got an
that's,
idea.
no, you don't. No, you don't. Trust me. I'll tell you later. But
Hmm.
you're going to trip out when I tell you some of the things that the doors that God has opened and the people that God has put in my life and put back in my life, even. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so I just thank God for people like Gloria, Carrie's mom. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Um, she's been there with me the whole time, regardless of what the streets say, regardless of the court, like her knowing me, she's been there with me the whole time. So I can always like go to people like her and make her proud. I I told her that I was not gonna let her down. I told her I was gonna make her proud. I got a lot of people counting on me. You feel me? My best friend is gone right now. You feel me? Cream is gone right now. And I'll be
Yeah.
damn. I could have been going right.
That's both of our loved ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I could have been going right there next to him. You feel me? Fact of the matter is my car got shot up too. So all I'm saying is I
Yeah,
would be
let's kind of not get too deep into that. You know what I mean?
no,
No.
no, no. I ain't gonna. I don't care though. It's public record. We can get as deep as you want. I don't care, bro. Like, ain't
Yeah,
no stone that's unturned. It ain't no secrets with me. Everything is one. Whatever it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you
that's
know
true.
why? Because it's my past that made me who I am today. It's my past experience that made me who I am today. So, did I make a lot of mistakes? Absolutely, yes. But I will not let the rest of my life be in vain. I got a lot of people counting on me. I got my kids counting on me. You feel me? I got my whole family counting on me. I got Cream's parents counting on Cream mama counting on me. I got you counting on me. You feel me?
Yep.
I got a lot of people counting on me, bro. You know what I mean? And I will not let y'all down. Period.
All right, look, I got another question for you, man. I see that you teach the real estate class, man, and I see you promoted heavy on Facebook and plenty platforms. Are enough people getting involved in that than you think should really should?
No, and I think it's because of fear. There are a few people that have gotten involved in it. I've took maybe on my next trip. I got two people that's
Because
coming so far.
you're
So I
basically
say I
giving
took maybe about eight people.
you basically giving these people $1 billion worth of game, you know, in the class, and the little price that you're charging for it, you know, is really nothing compared to what you can make in the future. You know what I mean, from this class. You know, let people know, man, what they missing out on.
So we all want generational wealth. You know, most of us, you know, when our parents die or when somebody die, we're out there doing a car wash. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to raise money and all of these different things. I'm trying to change the narrative. You know what I mean? Um, you know, it don't have to be that way. You know what I mean? Just because you seen your father have to do it and your grandfather have to do it and your uncle, that don't mean it have to be for you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to realize, that it's never too late to change the narrative, these generational curses, this spirit of impoverishment. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not it. You feel me? And it's all right here. So all I'm saying is, like, I think that we need to stop looking at fast returns. We gotta
Yeah, because ain't no shortcuts to the top.
not only that, there's no shortcuts to the top. You couldn't have said that better. But
Yeah.
on top of that, we got to stop looking at fast returns. We have to invest and plant seeds. Let the seasons happen, and let the tree grow, and let us bear fruit. But it seems like we want to plant a seed and we expect the fruit to just fall immediately. You know what I mean? Let's take our time. Let's make sound investments. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump on top of the situation, because I'm really proposing to you a situation that is no better. I have not found a better situation on this planet Earth to where there is no risk.
Hmm.
You cannot tell me one situation in this world that you can take your money and put it in something and not take a risk in losing it.
Yeah. The risk is the key word though.
Risk.
Risk is a 50-50 word. You know what I mean? More like a 60-40. Depends on how, you know, you know, how important you feel it is, you know what I'm saying? No,
It don't matter if you invest in the stock market. It don't matter if you
right.
invest in the black market. It don't matter if you invest in cryptocurrency. It don't matter if you invest in whatever. It's always going to be a risk.
Yes,
The
sir.
only way that you can invest without the risk is investing with me or a program like the one that I teach. That's it. And that's what I found, and that's what I'm teaching. Game over. You feel
Yep.
me?
Yep. Hey,
Get it or not.
that's real talk, man. This is a part of my show, man. I like to ask everybody, man. It's called I should have known better. What's something in your life that you tell yourself, damn, I should have known better?
To be honest, not to go back to this situation, but I have to. I should have known better when 3 and 4 people have told me the same thing and I don't take heed to it. that puts me in a situation that when shit falls apart, I should have known better. Take heed to the warning signs. There's always going to be warning signs. You're not just going to fall off a cliff. It's going to say slow, sharp turn, 10 miles an hour, cliff ahead.
Yep.
It's going to say all the warning signs.
You gonna
Ultimately,
see. You
God
gonna
gives us
see.
the free will to make our
Yeah.
own decisions. So you could still go 50 miles an hour around that turn if you want to, but you're going to see all the warning signs. Pay attention to the warning signs and be humble enough to listen to a woman. Us as men, sometimes we don't want to listen to women, but women have an intuition that we don't have. That's just reality. But we need it. That's why we have mothers. That's why we have, you know what I'm saying, mamas and daughters and wives and grandmas and, you know what I mean? And it's just, we have a lot that they don't have and they have a lot that we don't have. So my advice is just don't be afraid to take what somebody else says and hold on to it, especially if it's somebody that loves you, that cares about you, and that has nothing but your good at heart. Get your pride out the way, you know what I'm saying, and take it for whatever it is, because chances are they see something that you don't.
Man, I got to clap. I got to clap on that, bro. That was a good explanation, bro.
Yeah.
Another question I'd like to ask is, with your busy week, I see you working out one day. When I say working out, you be working out. You got the plates on there. You got the dumbbells. Running, and then you got your business that you do during the week. What makes it important to wake up every Sunday and go pay your respects to the Lord every Sunday? And I've been there with you, and I see how you take it. I see how important you take it. I see how you be pumped up to go to church on Sundays. You got the whole family pumped up. You got the music playing. You know what I mean? You out there washing the car. You out there getting ready. Like, out of all of this stuff that you have going, and also you play a hell of a drum in church too. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me forget that. That's for everybody to know. He can play some drums. You know what I mean? What gets you so hyped up after a long week of hard work, working out, doing family stuff, helping the kids with homework? What gives you the energy after that long week to pitch another 100% into going to church and giving your full energy to church?
because because I'm grateful. I'm so grateful, man. And it's just like I'm a fan of my king. I'm a fan of the Lord. Just like people might be Lakers fans and they will pay all this money to go to a Laker game. Then they gonna tell their kids to be Laker fans. They gonna make sure they're Laker fans because they're gonna dress them up when they're kids and they're gonna give them colors, the purple and the gold. They're gonna buy them the shoes. They're gonna buy little girls the little skirts. They're gonna get the Laker clothes, the flags, and they're gonna be some Lakers. You feel me? Because you raised them to be Lakers. You feel me?
Very true.
And
Very
that's the
true.
same thing with the King. I'm a fan of Jesus Christ. You feel me? I'm a fan of his life, his death, his resurrection. You feel me? I'm a fan of
Very
that.
true.
You feel me? I'm a
Very
real
true.
fan of that. And that's
Very
that's what
true.
I believe. That's what I have faith. And so it's like any fan of anything. You get excited when it's time to go to the game. You feel me? And I don't look at church as a game, but I take it in the same
I
regard.
know. Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
I go and I get excited because I'm going to give God some glory. I'm going to tune in. I'm going to get on that frequency. Sometimes the world's going on and it's hard to tune in. But when you go around other believers, it's a lot easier to really pray, to really tune in. You feel me? When you get under that umbrella and under that sacred place, you feel me? The Bible says, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and that's the secret place. You feel me? Like ain't no other better place, man, to get in tune but around the believers. It's almost like when you got a coal, when you're doing a barbecue grill, you don't just put fire on one coal, you put them all together. You put fire, poof, And then the coals keep each other warm.
Yeah, they
It's
work
able to
together.
stay
They
warm.
work together to make a
They
one big
work
fire.
together. They work together, and they're able to stay warm for a long duration of time. You light one coal and see how long it's gonna stay hot. It's
Hmm.
gonna stay hot for too long.
And it
So
and it ain't gonna catch and it ain't gonna catch on to the other ones.
right. So that's what I'm trying to say is that iron sharpens iron. We keep each other warm. The Bible said it's not good for man to be alone. That's why he created woman, because it's not good for man to be alone. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, bro, like
That
I
leads to my
truly,
next question. How important is it to have a team? Which I mean, you, your wife, and the kids. How important is it to have a team? You know, in
it's
football,
it's
we huddle up together, and
it's
you know
so
we come
important.
with a plan. How important is it for y'all as a team to huddle up together and come with a plan every day and succeed in that plan? You know what I mean? How important is that?
I think it's super important because we all got to be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? The man was so clever. Real talk. This is real talk. This is a fact. Man was so clever that when they got together, they was trying to build a tower to heaven. Come in. I got a meeting. Okay. Yeah. You can have her. You can have her. Come on back. A guy with her. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Hello.
Yes,
I
sir.
got a, I got another meeting coming up in just a second. Um,
Okay, yeah, we can
but
close this out whenever you're ready.
what was the question again?
Um, how important is it to have a team? Your team being your
Oh,
family, your mom, your
it's
wife,
imperative.
your kids, and
You
everything.
just like a watch works because it has a lot of different components. You got
Hmm.
to have a team. You got to have a support system. You got to have a mentor and a spiritual element. You got to have a mentor in business. You got to have you need to find people that's doing better than you. You need to push to fall under somebody's mentorship that you admire. Don't be too arrogant and cocky to reach out and ask them. They'll be flattered more than likely, and you'll get
Hmm.
exactly what you're asking for.
Hey, one. I know you got to close up. I got to ask you
Yeah.
one last question that's kind of important to me. I think over the years before
How
you
you
went to
doing? Nice to meet you. Yes. 1 second, I'm almost done with this right here. Go ahead.
All right, over the years, before you went to the pen and after you went to the pen, I would see you would try to inspire a lot of people to come to church with you to learn the word. Was that important to you to try to get your friends in with you to see the word and maybe change their life? You know what I mean? Like, you know, what was the importance of that for you to bring a lot of your homeboys? Because you took me to church with you. I used to go with you all the time. And when I left the church, I felt 100% better, and I couldn't understand the feeling, you know what I mean? But I felt 100% better, and it made me want to go out and help people. Um, what is your reason for bringing your friends to the church house and showing them, trying to give them that feeling of redemption? You know what I mean?
It's because it's life, it's real life. And when you're going through issues and when you're going through things and you find the answer for certain
Hmm.
situations, it's almost like your friend telling you, man, I got a headache. And then you offer them some Tylenol.
Hmm.
It's the same thing. Hey, man, your head hurt. I know you're going through some things. Come over here and get some medicine. That's it. It's that important. People just need to know where to go sometimes. So if they didn't get nothing else from me, they was gonna definitely be encouraged. You know what I'm saying, to clock into the hospital when they sick.
Yes, sir. I know, man.
But I,
I know you got a pretty busy schedule, man. I hear your people calling you. So, what I want to do is I want to give you your flowers, man, for being a good father, a good friend, a good businessman, a good real estate person, a good partner in the gym. I'll be watching you in the gym. You a good partner. You inspire your people. You know, they could be getting ready to do 10 push-ups. You're pushing to do 11 or 12. Um, you're a good neighbor. You know what I mean? You're good to the people around you, man. And I want to inspire. I want to tell you that you're a good person also, man, and you've been a good friend in my life over the years. I've never had an argument with you. I mean, we probably had some arguments about religion in the past, but you prove me wrong every time. You know what I'm saying? And I want to tell you thank you for that. You know what I mean? And also, your brother. We both lost our brothers and I was close with your brother. You know what I'm saying? God bless him. You know what I mean? They up there chilling right now, and I want to allow you a chance to give everybody your handles, so they, like the programs you got going, the class you teach, and the Baldwin House, and give everybody your
Yeah.
handles, your Instagrams,
So
however they can contact you to get into these programs.
so you can contact me. My cell is 951-463-0810. It's been that way for 8 years, 7, 8 years. That's my cell phone. My Instagram is at Mercyman, MERCY_MAN at Mercyman_84. That's what it is. Mercyman, MERCYMAN_84. Um, that's my main page. My trucking page is Riverdale Trucking. Um, Mainly just hit my number or my page.
Yeah.
Mercyman_84. That's the main one. You just hit me right there. You know what I mean? You'll be able to contact me. And as far as the Baldwin House, I have rooms and rents available at my real estate property out there in Paris, California. If you need a room or a bed, um, I have that available. We have options available for that. If you need CMOS, you can contact my daughter at I am Lashandra with 2 A's. I am LASHONDRAA underscore 19. I am Lashandra underscore 19 for any natural wellness that you might need. CMOS, elderberry, bladderwrack, any of that type of stuff. Um, yeah, and that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for having me on the podcast. You know what I
Yes, sir.
mean?
Yes, sir.
And you know what I'm
And
saying?
get
Hopefully,
get get the people something to leave with, man. Something they can put on their plate and eat and make them full. You know what I'm saying? Get the people something to leave with.
I'll leave them with this. Everybody know what Nike's slogan is.
Just do it.
Everybody knows Nike's slogan is. Some of y'all got the shirt on. Some of y'all got the socks on. Some of y'all got the shoes on. But you ain't doing shit. Get the fuck up and just do it. Try. That's it. You got the money. You got the credit. Go ask somebody. Read a book. Look at YouTube. But do something. If your money ain't working for you, then you working for the money. That's it.
That's it,
I'll
man.
let y'all
Hey,
later.
I appreciate you, OB. I'm gonna holler at you soon, bro.
All right, fam.
All right, bro.
No.